do the soup, but I did. Oh, it's saying my connection's unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. So hopefully you can still hear me. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? See? I hope so, because the chat's gone quiet as well. Hello, Fee. Good. Fee, you got in first. G'day. You're all gnocchied up. John's cooking, so Cotty gets to be early. Who's that? Gay Story, on and ready to taste. Excellent. Hello. Hello, Craig. Hello, Karen. Happy birthday. Hello, Joan. Dave, g'day. I think I already said hello to you. Kay, hi. And Alison, hello. And hello to everybody else out there. I'm going to go quick because I've just heated up the oysters in butter, and Richard's said that I'm going too slow because they're eating their oysters and they don't have any wine to drink with them because they're warm and buttery. So anyway, this is the 2018 Duck Chardonnay. I've just taken the lid off. Shell and Andrew have just finished cooking. What are you eating, Shell and Andrew? And wine in the glass. Hurrah. I'm going to show you my little oysters. Look at that. Isn't that cute? In a little buttery emulsion. I put a little bit of cream in with the butter and the oyster juices and the lemon. It smells delicious, as does this wine. Cheers, everyone. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? All right. Okay. Shell and Andrew are having pumpkin gnocchi with sage butter, of course, exactly. Lemon or what on the nose, Kay is saying. I think Fee wants lots of buttery oysters. Don't be mean, David. Sorry, Fee. I was just trying to say buttery oysters quickly and David's made me say it again. Wow, that wine is awesome. Beautiful colour. And if we're thinking back to the 2018 Estate Chardonnay from last week, I think it's got a bit more nuttiness. It's so concentrated. It's so beautiful. I'm going to come back to the wine because I do want to have some with one of my oysters before it gets too cold. So let me just sort of luxuriate in this wine. And have an oyster. So I did a little bit of manipulation to the Karen Martini recipe and just made oysters. Buttered oysters. Yum. That's pretty good. Jill's saying yes. Jill's not a huge oyster fan, but she loves her champagne oysters, and I think buttered oysters might be a new thing for Jill. Be nice to have a bit of potato soup under them, but that's okay. Or a potato cake. Oh, Peter, now you're talking. That could be for the next Drinks with Kate lunch. Okay, so if you could just keep it down over there. They're getting excited about their oysters. I know. They're all talking too loudly over in the corner. They've forgotten the protocols. Fighting over Mum said, "Oh, we'll just have 3 oysters each," and I ate half a dozen oysters while I was getting them ready because I didn't have any lunch. So I'm just gonna. You want some of that wine with it, Dad? It's fabulous. So really oystery, salty, buttery, all those naughty things. Working beautifully with bring out that lemon curd, lemon tang of the wine. There is a slightly buttery, brioche kind of buttered, like it makes me think of really good French butter on a really good baguette. And it's got that sort of a smell and a taste to it, which is rather yum. Sorry, my eyes aren't working very well today. I'm a bit overtired, but I'll get there. So different from last week, Alison. I know, I'm thinking about it too. It's really big on the nose. It's got this lovely kind of tangy richness to it on the palate. Hello, Nareem. Hello, Dies. How are you? I think decadent is the most apt word for this, says Craig. Kay's having it with the gnocchi. So good with the gnocchi with a bit of chicken in there for some protein. It's glorious. Awesome. G'day, Peter and Karen. How are you? I didn't get a chance to have a look at the pre-chat warm-up, but I saw that there was a bit going on. So I hope you've all got that all sorted out. I did catch up with the fact that it was Karen's birthday. So again, happy birthday, Karen. Karen Goodman, I believe. If I read that wrong and I've got the wrong person, please let me know. But yes, indeed. Okay, so I've stopped going silly about these oysters now. Jill's probably feeling a bit sad that she's only got 3 now that she thinks they're so delicious. She is. I said, should I do them all? And she went, oh no, just do a dozen. That'll give us 3 each. That'll be heaps. And we sent Jeremy home with 4. So, you know, you've got to share your oysters around on the weekend, Craig. Aha. Yum. All right, that's me all oystered out. Sorry, I just had to eat them before they congealed. The sauce, I mean. All right, the wine. Let's get back to this wine. God, it's gorgeous. It's so complex. It's really quite difficult to describe. Son-in-law brought in truffled cheese, says Gay. Excellent. Oh, that would be rather yummy. So I'm getting a real kind of lemon rind, like a grated lemon rind aromatic now on the nose, and that's probably from all the creaminess in the food that I've just had to eat. It's still got that toasted little brioche slab of cold butter on top of it. Yum. I'm seeing a little bit of. So a friend of mine is putting together some wines for a truffle dinner, and he was looking for magnums of Chardonnay. I talked him into 2012 McIntyre Chardonnay in bottles rather than magnums, but the 18 we've got in magnums, so I might actually give him a call tomorrow and tell him that this would also work. Particularly, Gay, if you tell us that it goes well with the truffled cheese. Fiona doesn't have oysters, obviously, but can still get a briny note on the nose. I think there is a saline twang going on here. Hello, Dan. Absolutely. It gets kind of muffled by the oysters because you think it's coming from the oysters, but now that that's kind of clearing, there's definitely a saline note to the wine. Quite a lot of savouriness as well as richness. So it's got this rich forward kind of gorgeousness. Okay, good, Gay. I'll let him know that the truffle cheese works with it. So the lemon and the butter and the brioche and the saline note. But there's more going on there. Oh, I've just wiped butter on my glass, so now it just smells like butter. Cashew nuts on the nose, Kay is getting. I was getting some hazelnut too, some roasted hazelnut. There's almost a hazelnut praline kind of a note on the nose, which I think is delicious. It's one of the things I think is one of the yummiest things in the world. Then on the palate, it's got this lovely tangy acid. It's much more focused on the palate than it is on the nose. On the nose, it's kind of like big and rich and voluptuous. And then on the palate, it kind of pulls itself in, and you still get that creaminess in the mid palate coming through the middle of the tongue. But it's much, I sort of expected from the nose for it to be sort of bigger and rounder and richer. Cotty, if you've got some truffle there, I reckon you should grate a little bit of truffle on your gnocchi right now. I think you should do it. Do the experiment. We often talk about truffle and Pinot Noir, as I said last week, but I think truffle with a rich, savoury Chardonnay works really, really well as well. Particularly if you've got buttery gnocchi, Craig and Karen have got Gruyere, but it's overpowering the wine. Oh, that's very interesting. I hadn't thought that would happen, but now looking at the wine, I can see I can see how that could be the case. There is a lovely little also struck match character to it that's quite subtle, but that sort of goes with the roasted cashew and toasted hazelnuts. Pretty yummy. Shell's saying the perfect pairing, the sage, my goodness, sage and butter is outrageously good. And I think I was inspired by that silly toasted sandwich with the chicken parfait in it that I sent you the recipe for last week, because it had a buttered sage leaf on the outside of it. I went, oh, that's brilliant. Like the chicken parfait, I decided in my own head after I'd sent it to you was too rich, but the buttered sage leaf on the jaffle, I'm going to be trying that. I think that's pretty awesome. Fiona made herb and garlic baguette and loving it with lots of butter with this that would be awesome with this wine. Peter and Karen are putting last week's truffle salt on the gnocchi. Good idea. So there's something about, okay, I think that pumpkin and sage and butter mixture that some of you are eating, I think that combination, because pumpkin has a sweetness and an earthiness to it, and then sage has that very pungent, savoury, aromatic, that when you put it with butter, it becomes really voluptuous. And all of those things are amazing. Butter so much better than Nuttalex. Absolutely, Shell. Have you been going Nuttalex for a little while, have you? I have a friend, I know Nuttalex very well because I had a friend at school who was dairy and gluten and sugar intolerant. So there wasn't a lot of stuff she could eat, and Nuttalex was her friend on her gluten-free bread. Alison saying would be perfect. Might need to try that recipe on the weekend. I'm thinking the same thing, Alison. I'm thinking I might be making some gnocchi this weekend because I really wanted to make it today, but I've had a day, as they say. I'm just going to let this wine open up a bit in the glass. I'm going to tell you about my day, my last 24 hours. It's been great fun. The truffle and the gnocchi works with the wine, says Cotty. Excellent. Thank you, Peter. Peter's brought me back the wine very kindly. Jill and Richard have wandered off somewhere now that they've consumed their oysters. This week has been a big week, and after I emailed you on Monday, excuse me, I've been talking a lot this week as well. I got a phone call from the Mornington Peninsula Vineyards Association, who now call themselves MP Wine, saying we've got a group of international wine economists coming to Mornington Peninsula on Thursday. Can you come and be part of a tasting? And I was like, yes, absolutely, that'd be great. Luckily for me, it was this afternoon. So because yesterday I went up to Melbourne for a lecture by Max Allen, and the topic of the lecture, well, it wasn't just Max. There were 6 people on the panel and 3 presenters, and Max was one of the presenters. But the conversation was at Melbourne Uni, and the conversation was about, is this the end of wine as we know it? And it was very controversial, as it was supposed to be as a topic. We had 3 of the international guests talking about sort of wine trends and the effect of tariffs, and basically the very, very short summary of the tariff presentation, which went for 10 minutes, was that putting tariffs on wine, a la Donald Trump and his tariffs on everything, but tariffs on wine only end up hurting the consumer and the producer, because in America the trend has been that the producers have had to discount their wine to get it into the market with the importers. The importers still put on their same markup. The wholesalers put on their same markup. The retailers put on their same markup, and it means that, say, a tariff on I think he was saying like a $10 bottle of wine, 24%. He was saying, say, $2.40 ended up being a $2.50 increase in the price for the consumer. The producer got $1 less. The consumer had to pay $2.50 more. The tariff that the government took was $2.40, $2.25, probably $2.25. Then the government was forced to pay back all the tariffs that they charged, but the tariffs went back to the importers. So the importers actually made, the producer lost money, but the consumer, or the drinker, as we like to call ourselves, were most affected by tariffs in America. So feel sorry for those American drinkers who have to spend extra on their wine. The other thing that putting tariffs on imported wine from America meant that California and on other imports meant that Canada, you might remember, went straight back in with a counter offer that they put tariffs on all American wine and spirits, and then all but 2 of the states in Canada banned American alcohol completely, and that was their major export market. So Donald Trump's done terrible things to wine drinkers and terrible things to the American wine market, which was quite an important part of the economy, particularly in California. So they're all on their knees. So we're actually doing better than some people here in Australia is I think the moral to the story. Okay, back to the wine. Back to what are the comments? What is a wine economist? It's an economist, Fiona, who specialises in wine economy. So sales and movement of wine in the industry. They also gave us a slightly confusing message that there's an oversupply of wine, that wine is too cheap, and so therefore we need to shrink the amount of wine being made globally, and it needs to be better and more expensive. So far Moorooduc's doing all right because we make small quantities of better, more expensive wine, so we fit in that price, in that sort of thing. But there's more competition in our little bubble of expensive small quantity wine. But then at the end of it, they said, but young people aren't drinking wine because it's too expensive, and so therefore we need to make it cheaper and more available. It's like, oh my God, you've just gone around and completely said the opposite of what contradicted yourself in what you're saying. So it was, I think in theory it's simple, in practice it's very, very complicated. So the dyes are starting with crackers with a tangy sweet potato and roasted cashew dip. Excellent. Did anyone make the pumpkin dip? Because I think that looked really yummy too, but I also ran out of time to make that. I haven't made it. Roasted pumpkin pasta sauce with orecchiette to follow. Yum, that will be delicious, Nareem. You're right, Alison. They do need the wine more than ever. John asks, was there a discussion of the collapse of the wine market in China? We didn't really get into that, John, but it was kind of referred to obliquely. They all had 10 minutes to talk, so they didn't get to talk about nearly as much of the interesting stuff as they probably could have got to. I know, Alison, he doesn't drink, absolutely. Shell, I have not been cancelled. Did I cancel the orange one? Kay is defining a wine economist, someone who knows something about the economy and impacts as opposed to POTUS. Excellent. Karen is a wine economist and tries to enforce her budgets on me. Well, that's no good at all. I think that's an economist who feels that wine is maybe too much of a percentage of your purchases, which I think is incorrect. Okay. So I was up in Melbourne last night at this presentation. Then we went to a dinner. I saw Jeff Plan, by the way. He was there as well. It was nice to see him. I saw lots of really cool people. Caught up with Max Allen because he was running the thing. He played the guitar. A heap of us sat around singing, so it was a good night. Got to bed at about midnight. And then went to see my friend Dan Sims at I want to call it Top Drop, but it's actually called Drop Shop in East Brunswick, just around the corner from Angela and Simon. Angela and Simon, if you're watching, hi. I'm going to send you a text message if you're not watching to tell you about the cool new wine shop around the corner from you, which I'm sure you're very aware of. So Drop Shop, they've got Moorooduc Estate Pinot Noir, you'll be pleased to know. But it's a very groovy concept. The old Drop Shop. Top Shop was a clothing store in the UK, which I don't know if it still exists. Anyway, so I've had a busy day, a busy day and a busy night. And the day before I was up in Melbourne selling wine with our distributor. So lots of talking this week. So please excuse my croaky voice. Oh, I've just noticed Sue and Jeff are not here. Sue and Jeff, where are you? They're probably watching but not talking. I think that the butteriness and the baguette kind of crunchy crust aromatics are coming through now on the wine. Bit more butter. Excuse me. Oh, g'day, Shannon. We went to a really cool wine and cheese shop in Dalesford on the weekend. Couldn't see any Moorooduc. No, I know. There are still places in this world that are cool but don't have Moorooduc, which is very sad. And we don't get to Dalesford very often. So, but Shannon, if you let me know the details, I might sick our distributors onto them. See if we can get some Moorooduc in there. Oh, yum. Jeff and Sue would never miss a fabulous wine and experience. Again, I think Jeff will be enjoying this wine more than Sue, because Sue tells me she doesn't like Chardonnay, but when we open a Moorooduc Estate Chardonnay, she usually likes it more than she thinks she does. Alison is saying, this wine is drinking as a younger wine. I reckon it's great, but imagine in 5 years. I agree. Craig, page is the same, but the occasional purchase sneaks through. Yes, I think we all work out sneaky ways to buy wine when we shouldn't be. I agree, Alison. I actually think with air, it's looking younger. When we first opened it, it had a bit more richness and evolution on the nose, and it's kind of tightening up with oxygen, which is really interesting. Maybe that's also the food that we've matched it to. But there's a little bit of anise and fennel coming through on the nose for me now, which I think is really lovely. And I don't know if any of you have roasted fennel. There's a really cool recipe in Stephanie Alexander's Kitchen Companion, which is basically cauliflower cheese but with fennel instead of cauliflower. So you cook what's it called? You blanch the fennel in boiling water, and then you put it in a dish, and you make the cheese sauce and you put it over and you bake it. And it's like a cauliflower cheese, but the fennel notes, because it's been cooked, it kind of softens off and intermingles really beautifully with the cheese, and you get almost like a cumin spice character coming off it, which I'm getting also here. Where do you think this goes from here? Craig, I just think this wine is going to keep getting better for a little while. I think 2018 dark Chardonnay, it's a young wine still. And saying that, it's 8 years old now. I like starting to drink this wine at 8 years of age. I like it. I particularly like it in that sort of 8 to 12 year window, because it's usually got some freshness and some brightness to it, with some evolution as well. So it hasn't lost all its primary, but it's gained some tertiary, which I think is really awesome. Alison's opening the orange. Okay, what's going on? Shane, good Dalesford Cheese and Wine Merchants. Excellent. Heaps of wine selection. Yummy cheese. It was packed. Get in there. We will. That sounds awesome. Fiona put tarragon in her herb mix for the garlic bread. That little anise in tarragon is fantastic with this wine. I can absolutely imagine. Alison's opening the orange book. Yes, excellent. I think it's under fennel, that recipe. Okay. Now I'm getting more of that sea spray, briny, iodine kind of savouriness on the palate, which I love as well. Really tangy, lovely length to it. It's bigger. It's kind of bigger and richer and more layered than the wine that we had last week, isn't it? The one we had last week was delicious and very, fennel with simple cheese sauce. That's it, Cotty. I love that recipe. I think it taught me. I love fennel. I love it shaved in a salad with orange slices and a bit of rocket and lemon juice and olive oil and salt and pepper. I think that's delicious in summer, but fennel with simple cheese sauce in winter with like maybe some sausages on the side or a bit of lamb or whatever you feel like, roast mushrooms, is also pretty epic. So go Stephanie, I say. Stephanie loved Chardonnay I knew a while back, and she used to buy it by the bottle, by the half bottle, but I'm not sure. Yeah. It's got a lemon sherbet on the palate with a bit of zing. Yes, Kay, absolutely. That lemon sherbety kind of notes zinging up. The anise notes are coming up. The, that sort of, that saline sea spray smell is also coming through. I think, hey, Richard, have you got anything that you'd like to say about the 2018 Duck Chardonnay? He's looking like he doesn't want to come over here and talk to us with no notice. It's delicious. He said it's delicious. That's all you're getting from him tonight, okay? Hardly any of it left. In this bottle or just generally, Peter? That's great. Half bottles are for quitters and also for single ladies who live on their own and like to have a couple of glasses of wine with their dinner. Craig, is this available to buy to seller? I have been asked by Shannon. I believe we have a little bit of it left, but not huge amounts. So send us your, it might even be, Pete, is it on the shop? He's just walked away. It's on the shop, I believe, for wine club members. So you need to, if you're happy on your computer logging into your wine club membership online, then you can see it on the shop. But you can also email Liz. She's in tomorrow. Leonie's on holidays, so we're having Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We're not doing tastings at Celador, as I'm sure you saw in my email. The beautiful Jess did Celador today and is back on Saturday to do Celador. So if you're around and you feel like dropping in, come and see Jess. She's just gorgeous and she's doing a good job. And not much lasts in our cellar. That's okay too. Kay's saying that's why I have the argon gas, Craig, but messy to drink a whole bottle on my own. Absolutely, it is a bit. I mean, it kind of feels fun at the time, and then a little bit later in the evening or in the next morning, it doesn't feel so fun having drunk a bottle by yourself. What wine T-shirt is Richard wearing tonight? Noreen wants to know. Don't know because he's got a jumper on because it's cold. Have you got a wine T-shirt on tonight, Richard? He's thinking about that. Oh yeah, come and show. It's a classic. It's an old favourite. It's a classic. It is on the shop. So the 2018 Duck Chardonnay is on the shop. We don't have huge amounts of it left. Here's Richard with his wine T-shirt. Yeah. Oh, he said if you're not logged in to your wine club. Oh, that's nice, Richard. Take your top off. Take your jumper off so they can see the back.
Oh, don't take your T-shirt.
No, don't take your T-shirt. Oh no, yuck. So Moorooduc Estate on the front. It's nice, isn't it, with the little waves and the little duck. Okay, you need to come closer to me. It says somewhere on the Mornington Peninsula. Excellent. Kay loves that T-shirt. Yeah, that was, if anyone who's got one of those T-shirts is a hardcore long-term Moorooduc fan. Richard and Jill and I have all got ours. Shannon feels like she's at a hen's party. Okay, that's all the clothes he's taking off, I promise. Not that kind of hand, Richard. She thought you were doing the stripper job. Pete thinks there might be some hanging around. So if you desperately want a Somewhere on the Mornington Peninsula t-shirt, then email peter@moorooducestate.com.au and he might be able to find you one. A winemaker instead of a copper. Kay, behave yourself. Is that shirt on the shop too? It's not. It's not, but I think, it could be a good t-shirt to bring back. Have you still got the design, Pete? Oh, yeah, sort of, he says. Yeah. You need to send in votes of desire for the t-shirt. Speaking of that, I think everyone who wanted to voted on the hoodies, and I think we ended up with 3 colours that won the vote system. Burgundy was most popular. Chestnut was also very popular. I can't remember what the third one was. Can you remember, Pete?
It was like a walnut colour that you liked.
The pine was popular and the walnut colour was popular. So I'm thinking that maybe we do one brownie one, which might be the chestnut or the walnut. Keely needs one of those t-shirts and Ray wants to know. You have to email him, guys. Email peter@moorooducestate.com.au or me@moorooducestate.com.au. And if he can find one, it can be yours. That shirt will be good for Trent when he goes out, so they know where to bring him home. Absolutely. So yes, the burgundy. Craig says he needs a burgundy hoodie that you can't see the spills on, the Pinot spills on it. I think that's right. I think you're right. I think Peter was right. I think it was the walnut that was very popular. I know Cotty wanted a black one, and I was trying to get people to kind of, give her a bit of support on the black or the coal. But I don't know if we've had the full votes on that. So if anyone feels very, very strongly about something that I haven't mentioned, please give me a hoy. The pine is quite close to black, Peter's saying. It's quite dark. Shell is talking about long sleeve tees with the short sleeve tees over the top. Bring it back. Well, I've got... I actually have that t-shirt that Dad's wearing, but on a long sleeve tee with a scoop neck. It's very nice. Mum's got one as well. That's when the restaurant was open and the restaurant closed in 2010. So those t-shirts are at least 16, 18 years old. Anyway, they're pretty good. Coddy, oh, those. Indeed. How's your wine going? Has everyone finished their wine? There's a really nice little kind of cheesy note that's coming out of my glass now. Shell. I remember back in the 90s when we wore long-sleeved T-shirts with Bonds T-shirts, ring T-shirts over the top. They were pretty cool. Shoulder from that show, yes. I know that, yeah, scoop neck is the original. Deep V, indeed, Shell. I don't mind a deep V or a scoop neck personally. I remember watching, who remembers Trini and Susanna telling us how to dress I think that was in the 1990s as well. And they always said that the girls with the big boobs and a little bit of extra, heaviness up top should always wear scoop tops or V-necks. So, yeah. Craig's getting aged cheddar. Yes, a cheesy sort of cheddar-y nose, almost like those cheddar biscuits. Buttery. Peter's doing something dangerous out in the kitchen. I don't know what's going on. Oh, hello, little dog. Tallulah wants to come up and say hello to everyone. Come on, don't bump your head. Oh, gotcha. Here's Tallulah doing drinks with Kate. Peter, you're upsetting your dog. She's come and jumped on my knee. Cheddar biscuits. That's right, Kay. You got all the good things. And now I've got a trembling. Oh my God, Tallulah, what's he doing? Okay, say hello to everyone. Yeah. Peter's cutting up Parmesan cheese, I think. Polly is not making mischief today. She's exhausted because I went away last night. I went and stayed in the city in a hotel with a friend, and Polly stayed. Oh, whoa, none of that, Jill. Polly stayed here with Jill and Richard, and so she's exhausted because she has not had any time to stop worrying until I got home. So she's fast asleep behind me, watching very closely. Tallulah is trembling like a leaf. Little girl. Oh, you're okay. Yeah, so Chardonnay. So guys, this is the end of box 3. Can you believe it? Unbelievable, Peter said. I hope that some of you are coming back for box 4. Is Tallulah named after the Jamiroquai song? Hello, Emily and Kevin. I don't think so, but maybe Peter will tell me when he comes back in. Jill, Craig wants some more heckling from you. She's busy. I thought she was asleep, but she's actually texting. These young people these days, you can't get them off their phones. It's appalling. Peter? She's not named after the Jamiroquai song. Who's she named after? Don't know. Nina liked the name. We are going out with a bang, absolutely, Kay. We're not going anywhere for too long, though. We've got 2 weeks. You have it, Dad. We've got 2 weeks break from Drinks with Kate until we start the August box. There might be a little bit of disruption in box 4 because I've had a couple of requests to do events on Thursday nights, so watch this space. Tallulah Bankhead, the actress, possibly Kay. No? Peter said no, not that either. Just a random name that Nina liked, and so therefore she's now called Tallulah. Kay wants to do Bloody Marys. Emily has sent me the most epic Bloody Mary option menu from last time she was in the US, which I will have to send around if we do Bloody Marys. So next week, assuming I told you it's been a busy week. I'm pretty sure I'm free next Thursday, but I'm not 100% sure. So I will send you an email. Jill wants more oysters. We can have Bloody Marys and oysters. That'd be delicious. Bloody Mary oyster shots. Yum, yum. Caesars, says Shell. Shell, what's a Caesar? So my favourite versions of the Bloody Mary are the Red Snapper, which is the Bloody Mary made with gin, which is absolutely delicious, and the Bloody Maria, of course, which is a Bloody Mary made with tequila or mezcal. So Emily and Kevin, I might need to talk to you about getting a bottle of mezcal because I drank the last of my mezcal recently, but I do have some gin. So I'm not drinking. It's the Canadian Bloody Mary, the Caesars. Is that with the clamato juice, Shell? You'll have to send me the recipe so that I can include it on the mail out next Monday. Clam juice. Blech. I don't know if I can go for that clamato juice. The Centonove dinner is still happening, Emily. We're still working on a date. It might be the 27th of August, or it might be the 10th of September. 10th of September suits me a little bit better but they've got, Peter's brought me some Parmesan. Thanks, Pete. Look at that. See what happens when you hang around at Moorooduc for a long time? You get a piece of Parmesan the size of your head. That's awesome. Shane, Centenove is in Kew, Cotham Street in Kew. We are just, yes, Emily, we're finalising the date, probably Thursday night. But yes, Shell, I'm not even going to read that out. That's appalling. So there's lots going on, lots of organising happening. I will keep you guys in the loop as quickly as I know the answer to the questions. But I think next week, unless there's a really good reason for me not being here, I will be here drinking some sort of a version of spicy tomato juice with a white spirit in it, which will be delicious. Yeah, I don't believe it either, Kay. It's Shell, it sounds, every time you say it, it just, clam juice in a Bloody Mary just sounds worse and worse. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Tallulah is just stopping trembling. How's your wine going? Has anyone got any wine left? Alison, thank you, Alison. Long-time fan. What's Alison just said? I just missed it completely. No, can't find it. Going mad. Alison, up for Bloody Marys. Yes, absolutely. Excellent. Craig, I'm you're self-censoring, Craig. Well done. Good work. Well, if you didn't self-censor, then you'd have to be censored by YouTube. So it's better for you to do it yourself. You're learning. They've taught you well. I think this all means it's time to say good evening. Absolutely, Dan. It's all getting silly. All right. Team, love you all. I will see you next week with the Bloody Mary variations, unless I can think of a really good excuse not to. Love you all. Take care. We'll have your drinks with Kate boxes out to you if you've got your subscription. Pete's organising all that now with a bit of joy from Barney. If you haven't got a Drinks with Kate subscription, why ever do you not? If you don't have a Drinks with Kate subscription, you can sign up now, or you can order a box on the shop, or give us a call. We can sort you out. All good. An alternative for those who don't like tomato juice. Cotty, let me do some work on that. Interesting. Okay. So the Goodmans are in Singapore. So maybe Singapore Sling as an option if you don't like tomato juice. All right. Love you lots, guys. I will do some work and I'll send you an email on Monday. Ciao for now. Bye.